friends, welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a little trip into the world of baking because today we're going to be making banana bread. I'm sure by now everybody's got some bananas that look a little brown, can we say? But these are the perfect bananas for our banana bread. You will need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, 2 eggs, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of white sugar, 4 very ripe bananas, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a fourth a cup of vegetable oil, and a fourth a cup of applesauce. All right, so we're going to start out by measuring our dry ingredients. And here I already have 2 cups of flour. And to that, we're going to add the 1 teaspoon of baking soda, the 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and our 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice into here, along with our salt. So what we're going to do is just combine all this so it's thoroughly mixed. This will come into play here in a minute. Now we're going to start with our wet ingredients. So what we're going to need is a half a cup of brown sugar. Now brown sugar is brown because through the process, the molasses has not been removed from the sugar. So this is just a little bit less refined than plain old white sugar. This has had the molasses removed. So molasses just gives everything a little bit more flavor in my opinion. So now we've got half a cup of white sugar, half a cup of brown sugar. Next we're going to add our eggs. So after we add our eggs in, we're going to do something called creaming them together. This will make it to where the eggs and the sugar are combined thoroughly. So you can use a spatula like I'm using here. You could use a KitchenAid as well. If you're going to use your KitchenAid at home, use the paddle attachment, and you're going to want to combine it. Everything's going to become one homogeneous, as you can see here. It's one homogeneous mixture. All right? So you want to get that all together now. Next is the fun part, our mashed bananas. So we're going to have 4 bananas. I've already got 3 in there. Now we've got our 4th one. This is the fun part because there's nothing you can do wrong here. You just want to make sure that everything is really, really combined. All right? You don't want any big lumps of bananas. I mean, nothing's wrong with that, but it won't make for a smooth batter. So, and this is why it's very important that you're using super ripe bananas because then they're easier to mash. So we're going to combine all that in there with our sugar. And then this is our applesauce and our oil combination. Now you can use one half cup of oil, but I've replaced a quarter of that with applesauce. This will cut down on the fat and it will still keep the moisture in. And then finally, a teaspoon of vanilla. I love this all vanilla. All right, so you're going to combine all of this together. Now when you're baking, you will always add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. Always remember that. Dry goes into wet. The reason being is because if you add your wet into the dry ingredients, it will clump up and then you won't have a nice, lovely batter. So a little bit at a time, you're going to add a little bit of your dry ingredients and then just fold that in nicely. Once all that, ooh, you can start to smell that cinnamon. You're going to fold all this together. Once that's incorporated, you're going to add a little bit more of your dry ingredients. You can do it 2 or 3 times. If you want, if you're a little scared, you can do it more. It doesn't matter. The point is that you just want to make sure that you're adding it all in slowly. And so you get one nice homogeneous batter that's not full of clumps of flour. So I already have my oven preheated to 350 right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bread pan. Now you want to make sure that you grease it very well. That way your bread doesn't stick on the inside. Now what we're going to do, fill up our pan. And voila. And the oven is gonna go. This will bake for about 45 to 60 minutes, depending. And then we have banana bread. Make sure to check out our Instagram page to see the end result. I'll talk to y'all next time.